soon as his knee hits, he's gonna
It's
get
over.
knocked out.
Lights
And,
out.
and
Sleepy time.
it
Night
worked.
night.
And he as soon as he ducked his head
Wrap
went
him
right
up.
into the knee. He went right into the knee, and he just knocked him out. And that's what like got him to like his fame. And then now Masvidal sits in a position where after that fight, he fought a couple guys. He fought a couple guys after that where the population got bigger and bigger, and then he fights the champion who was Usman, who he fights Usman on like a 5 day, I think it was like 5 days or 3 day notice. He makes the
Right.
weight in 3 days. I don't know how he did that. Didn't know. I don't know how he did it.
That's probably close, so dude.
And that's pretty scary. That's a scary weight cut because losing weight that fast, too scary.
Yeah.
You can mess around and like mess your heart up. You know you could die from something like that. You can
Blood regulation.
yeah. So he makes the weight. He fights Usman. He almost wins. He almost wins that fight. He almost wins it. He's like, yo, truthfully, I think I have the way of beating him. So fast
I
forward.
like that.
Fast forward. They fight again. You know what happens to him? He gets knocked out.
Damn.
He got knocked out, and it was a bad situation. Because then everybody's kind of looking at him like, yo, but you said you had the strategy. You said that you had the tools to beat him.
Right.
And you got knocked out in the second round. Like the first round, it was a really on the floor all day. Like, come on, let's fight on the ground. Like, let's stand up and fight. And as soon as he stands up and fight, that's like I got knocked out, and then now I fight Kobe Covington, and the whole fight, Kobe Covington just shaking me down to the floor, and I couldn't do nothing. Do nothing. Where it's like it's hard to like balance out getting knocked out and then you get dominated. I think getting knocked out and then get dominated the next fight is probably like a little like scary probably to come back from. It's like,
Right.
Like, damn, you know.
So do you think like how do like men, the women, doesn't matter. How do you think you come back from that situation competitively in anything? How do you get into like, you know, take that the core, the flame that's pretty much burnt out? How do you spark that flame again?
You got to probably ignore that last fight.
I'll try to tackle that one too. But go ahead, Troy.
You could probably ignore that fight. You could probably have like a mental block of, hey, that fight never happened.
Right.
I don't know what you guys talking about. What fight are you guys talking about?
So play denial to keep the flame alive.
Yeah.
I feel like that's dangerous because if you use fake confidence, anything fake, sooner or later it's gonna come right back to where you were. It's not gonna bring you up. So I feel like that's a risky play to do with.
What I'm saying is he probably keeps the fake confidence towards not even really fake confidence. He's just like you're never gonna remember that loss even happened. Where like you can use that you're like when you're in public or you're in that ring and stuff like that. You're not gonna like always remember like, hey, you know, I got knocked out this way. No, you gotta ignore that. You gotta be like, yo, you know what? I know what I did wrong, and like be like, you know what? I'm gonna fix it. Like more like, you know, yo, I'm not gonna let somebody throw like an overhand right and me not paying attention or me drop my hands because I want to play to the crowd.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm going to make sure like I finish my fight. Like it's more like that.
That's a fact. That's a definite fact.
Right.
It's more rather than just lose like for him, probably him losing, he probably felt like shit probably losing, like, you know, I let a lot of people down, you know, a lot of people like confident in me.
All right, so Gary, what do you think? Because you said that you had another take on it. So what do you think is the way?
To answer your first question, I would say yes. I feel like at an individual level, everybody does have a different threshold for how much losses they can take. You know, for some people, one is enough. You know, they get that first knockout and they're just laying on the floor, cameras flashing in their face, and it's like, this ain't for me. I can't take it.
Yeah.
You know, or like some people, they won't even get in the ring to begin with because they're afraid of getting hit. You know, things like that. That would be my first, the first half of your question. The second half, obviously, we don't know the inside of UFC fighters, but I would say the opposite of what Trey says, in that you have to face it. Like, you have to accept the fact that you lost, and you have to be okay with it, because it's not going to go anywhere, especially if you're in a UFC fight and you lost. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, not only does your immediate family and friends know that you lost, but all your fans, all your haters, everybody you don't know, like it's all over the internet, especially these days, bro. It's gonna be all over the internet forever.
You're gonna be a meme. You're gonna be a meme for the next.
Right, you might get memed, right? Like when Nate Robinson lost, everybody was just memeing his like fucking body.
You're gonna be a meme. You're gonna be a meme for like the next
Ooh.
3-4 days.
Fact, you know. So I definitely do see that it can be very depressing and very crippling. So even though it would be hard to, I feel like the way is through it, through acceptance, through being like, yo, you know what? It was a loss. I gotta come to terms with it, but I'm still here. Now you're stuck with a choice. Okay, now that I accepted the loss, am I gonna get back in there and risk a chance for a potential another loss, or am I gonna shoot for the win? You know, and then it's like you make your choice there, boom, boom, and then you continue following down whichever tree you pick. Whereas, like, all right, if I'm gonna go for the win, what do I have to go from there? I gotta train. Not only do I gotta train, I gotta improve. I gotta rewatch my fight. And that's why I say you have to face it. You got to look back at your losses. You know, same thing like in Rocket League. Like, let's say like I get carved up one game, but I'm getting carved up because I'm getting outplayed by the rest of the team. Even though I don't want to even admit that I lost, I got to go watch that replay. I got to go be like, all right, yo, what was the play that happened that he got over me and worked me? Or what was the play that had him cross my ankles up and now he's dropping 3 on me? You know, like, you got to look at it. You got to understand and reevaluate yourself, and then go for a different approach.
Yeah,
you know, that's one thing. But in practice, yes, it is very hard. It's like climbing a mountain hard, because it's like you have to get over your ego. You have to get over the fear of losing again. You have to get over yourself. You know, having the expectation that you should have won. Like, let's take McGregor's case. Everybody thought McGregor was going to win against Diaz and whatnot. I think that was no. Khabib's fight was first.
No. That was the Nate one.
Diaz first? His name first. Cool. Niggas, you know, fucking McGregor was high profile. Everybody was like, yeah, you know, undefeated, bro, just like Ronda. You know, he's lit. And then he loses. And it's like that already preset expectation that he's gonna win another fight. You know, for it to suddenly go left is very shattering. It's very ego destroying. You know, so it's very hard to rebuild that. But you know, you got to push past it. And I feel like there's no other way. But go ahead, bro.
Because with him, especially, it will be like after the Floyd, like when he beat Nate the second time, when he beat him the second time, when he beat him, it's kind of like he kind of was like, yo, bro, I gotta fight Floyd. Like, you know what? I gotta get a big money fight. I gotta get something big. And he fights Floyd and he loses. And then it feels like the confidence, like, you know, you're coming off of like an extreme bad, like in boxing, he probably had like, you know, the confidence. You know, yeah, I could beat Floyd. You know, Floyd.
Yeah, I could beat Floyd.
You know, Floyd fought 50 people and no one beat him so far. So what do you think you're gonna be specifically that guy to beat him? Like, it's one of those things where like his confidence was like high in that, and he comes back to the UFC. When he comes back, he fights like Khabib. And like Khabib was like probably his most embarrassing loss, because Khabib was like dominating him from start to finish, and it was like you talked a lot about Khabib as a person. You talked about his dad. You talked about a lot of stuff, his religion, and Khabib.
That's definitely a way to ignite somebody's quest for vengeance.
Expectations, you know, it's like you wouldn't really shit talk somebody you don't feel like you can beat. You know, he felt like he could beat him by a big margin, so he was really trying to lay into him.
Yeah.
And then when the opposite happened, it was like,
I gotta take a step back. You know, throw me in the tombstone.
You want to know this? Connor's a guy who if he can beat you, his battle is to beat you mentally first. If he can beat you mentally, he can beat you in a physical way. So he would talk like, look what he did to Jose Aldo.
No,
what he did to Aldo, and look what he did to Eddie Alvarez. Where it was kind of like he's out talking these guys, getting there in their heads. Where it's kind of like, yo, I'm gonna beat him. Yo, I'm talking so much. Like Aldo, he was like, yo, listen, I'm your father. Call me daddy. Like, he's kind of like doing stuff like that. He took his belt, ran around with it. He's like, it's like mental warfare with him. Where if he's gonna beat you mentally, he's gonna win. where like once he gets into your head and you're already like, you know what, I'm gonna knock him out in the first round. I'm just gonna come out gunning. Like, and then he's like, oh, word, you're gonna come out and swing at me? I'm kind of like a counter puncher at that point, because once you swing, I'm gonna move back and then I'm gonna throw something, and it's kind of like just like that's how I'm gonna win my fights. It's kind of like just bouncing off your energy because you already hype, you're like, yo, bro, yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, yo, he was talking about my country, he was talking about my family,
my religion, everything.
Right.
Where like Khabib was more composed, he never really got angry. He was more like,
he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Don't worry, you're gonna be locked in now, right?
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. Keep on talking. Because once I grab you, just know you're not getting up. You're not.
Yeah. His lockdown on McGregor was really crazy to see.
Where like Khabib unique. Khabib is probably one of the best. Probably the best wrestler in UFC I ever seen, probably in my life.
Oh, dude.
Hold
on, let me also give Unique some additional context before you go in. The Jose Aldo fight is good to mention for us. All right, to give you context on that, Unique, Jose lost McGregor's mind games, and he ended up losing the fight in 13 seconds.
Right. Oh my God. Jeez.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, go ahead, Trey. It worked. Just using that as comparison. Yeah.
So like Khabib's case was more, he's not a stand-up dude. He's a guy who wrestles, like 100% wrestles. Like once he gets you down to the floor, Unique. The guy, the dude used to wrestle bears as a kid.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We're not joshing around here.
No.
You can Google it.
Nah. There's like YouTube videos of him wrestling a bear. Like
even better.
Legit a bear, like a little baby, like a baby cub, like a bigger baby cub, like his size, wrestling it and holding it down to the floor. Like and so he knows how to, like, he takes you down on the floor, he puts his body weight down, and it's like the body weight is like incredible because he's like, you and him is the same weight, but it's like he's just stronger than you. Like
that muscle mass is this there.
Like he's just stronger than
you.
And
also like his grip strength. It's like, yo, you really can't break free of his hold sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and he definitely showed that to McGregor. It was serious.
Where like McGregor, like in the first 2 rounds, he was kind of getting off of it, but then like once it hits those later rounds, you know, your muscles are tired. Khabib's not tired. Khabib's stamina he's 100%. He's like, you know what? Guess what? I could do this all 5 rounds, brother. I can do this all 5 rounds. I don't know about you. Can you last 5 whole rounds? Can you last all 5?
And plus, like this, you got to look at it like this too, Unique. The aggressor, when it comes to like the ground and pound wrestling, is conserving way more energy than the defender. Because it's like, I have to fight you while getting your full body weight off of you. While you on the other hand are in an advantageous position to just beat the shit out of me, you know, hit me in my body, mess me up, you know. So now I get
tired from the hits, everything.
Exactly. While still trying to fight you off.
So defense isn't the best offense. It's you better start throwing punches and playing the way you need to really play.
It's very hard because it's like, picture somebody full body, your weight is fully on top of you, throwing punches, but not only to your head, to your body. You know, he's grabbing you, he's moving around, switching his positioning, switching your positioning, potentially going for a submission.
And those punches to the gut, you start losing air. You're losing a lot of air. You're losing a lot of air, like after certain punches.
Exhausting.
And he's elbowing you in your head. He's just trying to
wear you down, bro. He's wearing you down for real. You know, so it's definitely tough, especially for McGregor, who's not really a wrestler type. It's like, as we said, you gotta have the ability to even compete. But there are some people that just excel in one area. Yeah. McGregor was really a striker. You know, he's more of the agile type to move around, punch and go type fighter. You know, so when he was really put up against a wall of a wrestler and he got into his turf, it was like, yeah, yikes.
Yeah. Like it's definitely hard to survive a fight like that, where like if a guy
where you're fighting your opposite, bro, it's like, damn, a wrestler.
It's even like in real, and even if everyone here have been in a fight before in real life, so it's like it's like it's hard. It's hard to fight a dude who wants to grab you all the time. Where you're kind of like, yo, I don't want to be grabbed all the time. Like, yo, back up. Like, no
Right.
grabbing.
I'd rather stand up. I'd rather play the straight game.
Yeah,
Rather get the distance from you moving. And then you're already on the up close. You're not giving me the space to make those moves.
yeah.
It's like, oh, my fault. Trey. I keep stealing the mic, bro. That's all.
No. You're 100%. You're 100% right.
Nah, yeah,
Because
yo. Listen, I'm learning a lot. I don't know UFC. Like some viewers, I don't know the UFC game. So it's kind of it's pretty good to learn about that stuff. Especially when I got like 17 dogs in my face right now. So I mean, that's how that works.
I play the game. I play the games and stuff like that. I play certain things. So it's like it's kind of like fun watching the UFC. Like when I was young, like when I was in middle school, I first found out about the UFC. That's when I found out about it. Where it was kind of like, yo, what is this? Like my man's telling me about it. He's like, yo, they fighting over here. They head kicking. Me, I'm like, head kicking. Who's kicking somebody in the head? Like I was like insanely like, who's doing these things? Like who's throwing? Bro, you got people throwing spinning elbows, spinning back fists, Superman punches. You're doing creative. Like, who's thinking of these creativity moves? Who's thinking of like, spinning back fists? Who's thinking of throwing like certain things? A flying knee. Imagine somebody throws a flying knee in a real fight. You would not want to fight that dude anymore. You wouldn't want to fight him. You'd be like, you know what? You got it, bro. You got it. Like,
facts, especially if they know the form and technique to really just right to the chin.
And it's
I reckon people ain't taking that.
Or like a spinning back kick. Oh no, I don't want to get hit. You spin back heel, poof, right to the dome. No,
spinning back heel to the head. Oh, teeth is gone.
I'm good. He leg kicks you, yo.
I could see from the excitement,
Yeah, because
I'm guessing someone that gets kicked like that is gonna be thinking that the dude that kicked him is Master Chief. You gotta stay away from him. You better not super soldier me, bro. Captain America and stuff.
It goes into what we were talking about with the competition and the drive. It's like you're seeing the competition in its purest form. It's like the winner is the winner. The winner. The person's ass. Or by decision too, of course. But like you either get knocked out, TKO, or submitted.
Yeah.
And it's like for an audience member to see it happen, that high level action is like this shit is it's modern day gladiator games.
You're just like, you know what? At the end of the day,
it was two high level athletes going at it. Great fucking fight, bro. Like goddamn it.
Like you got like when John Jones first hit the scene. John Jones was probably the only guy I ever seen where he was doing like outrageous moves. Like he was doing stuff that you was just like you never seen before.
Matter of fact, I'm sorry, weight class.
Yeah,
he's a light heavyweight fighter. Yeah, matter of fact, just look up the light heavyweight division. John Jones, Alistair Overeem, those hitters. But go ahead, Trey, my fault.
Yeah, where like creativity was like his creativity, his thinking was insane. First time I watched John Jones did like a spinning back fist. You got a great class of fighters. You got a great, especially now. Now I think it's just like it's all around good. Like everybody in the UFC now is better. You got some big guys like you can watch Francis. Francis is another.
You can watch Francis. You can watch Gustafsson. You can watch a lot of people, bro.
A lot of people throwing.
Not just in one division. Like you feel me? This is like what 8?
Yeah.
Not including.
Yeah. Some of the women. You can watch some of the women fighters.
Or you can watch the bantamweight. Like I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of it.
All right. I like that. All right. I mean, I prefer boxing. I'm also thinking about taking up boxing myself. I feel like I definitely want to learn that discipline.
Take jujitsu.
I'm not taking jujitsu.
Would be a good course.
Jiu-jitsu would be a realistic thing to take because
or take kickboxing.
Kickboxing, I'm not taking kickboxing.
I would
take jiu-jitsu and boxing before I take kickboxing.
You don't want to get kicked in your head?
I'd rather snuff you dumb hard. I'm good. I'd rather snuff you dumb hard, leave you on the floor, and be like, yo, Leave all that kicking stuff to the floor. No,
You could be.
I know what it's like to to do kicks and stuff like that. I just personally don't really want to get focused on kicks. I want to be, I want to box.
But boxing,
I mean, I can't physically be in the ring and spar anymore. But
why not?
No, I have an injury.
For
the viewers, I have an injury that prohibits me from getting into the ring and getting extremely physical. Just give me some goggles and then we could throw the fist.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
That's impossible.
That's good. The goggles will break.
The goggles will break.
Yeah.
Plastic goggles. That's how hard we hit. All right. Okay.
Even through the pattern, bro, they hit hard.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
Listen.
Even
I'm not afraid to fight. I don't want to go blind.
Picture a 6-man, 210 to 15 pounds, right? Depending on 205 to 225. Spinning and roundhouse kicking you in the head.
the momentum from the spin is giving it the power, which is like insane. So the kick is just like it is just hitting you.
Right.
And even like an elbow, because you want to be able to use every part of your limbs. It's better to use all part of your limbs instead of just only using one part. You're only knowing how to box, which is like you're one dimensional in that area.
Listen, that's fine. I could be one dimensional. The one dimension can still knock somebody out. So
listen, until you fight somebody who probably knows something that like, yo, he just hit you with something that you've never seen before, and then you're like,
and
you know what?
I'm gonna look up the stuff. Listen. This is we speaking in the fairy tale land. Like it's if I get knocked out, I get knocked out. Like
if you're looking at it like,
but I really personally prefer just to delve in the ring of boxing. I really like how it looks. I really like how it gives a lot of discipline, and it also produces credible results when it comes to defending yourself in an altercation. So I'm like, okay. I like it. I also see jiu-jitsu very realistic, very freaking realistic. If you know what it is, I know what it is. Very realistic. Kickboxing, obviously realistic. I personally try to stay away from the kickboxing myself. It's just not something I was into. But boxing is something that I think now I'm very interested in.
What if somebody? What if somebody's like, yo, bro, you want to fight? And the next thing you know, they're like stretching their legs, like they're like
Goku said?
Yeah, like some
beat your ass, boy. Matter of fact, I'm like, all right, bet.
Like he's like,
okay, boom. Nah, that's disrespectful. But if we're talking about in the context of street fighting, yes, I do think boxing is good. But in my case, I would probably go with the jiu-jitsu because a majority of just regular street
fights are gonna go to grabs, so I might as well know how to grab and like hurt you.
Not even just that, but I was gonna say the opposite. A lot of people that fight in the streets are mostly brawler types that fight only with their hands. So it's like, exactly, if I learn kickboxing or jiu-jitsu, I'm fighting in a dimension that you're not even used to. All your fighting experience is mostly hand-to-hand brawling type with no technique. Now, if I just yoke you up like this, and now every time I'm yoking you, you can't get a punch on me. And then as you see, you really tall, right? So if I cane your shit, right? If I grab you're just hoisted over my shoulder and you hit that ground, you're clipped.
Yeah,
you lights out. It's over. Sleep time.
Really
most people are fighting like that too. So it's more like everybody's looking out for the like you ever see the street fight? They're always looking out for the knockout punch. Nobody's looking out. No one is looking out for a jab. Nobody's throwing hook. No.
They throw haymakers. I'll give them
that. They're throwing wild haymakers to knock you out. Cause the object of the fight is, yo, bro, I gotta knock him out. That's what they're thinking in their head, which is like, yo, bro, Like, yo, bro, like me myself, I've never seen anybody get knocked out in person. I've never seen it, and that's probably like one of the scariest things. I don't want to see that in person. I don't want to see that in person.
Because you're not gonna be able to figure out what you gotta do to help your man.
Yeah, to wake him up.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. If my friend gets knocked out, it's over. I'm sorry, it's over. I'm gonna be like, all right, time out, real quick. Let me pick up my man.
Because you
I'll
wouldn't.
be that
guy. Like it's not like
it'll
that.
it'll be one of those things like if I see my man get knocked out, I'll be like, damn, like, yo, how much force did he put into that punch?
It takes at least 10 pounds of force to knock somebody out.
That's a lot of force.
It's more positioning than actual force.
That's a lot of force.
OD, because you need the right. Well, you can say torque, the same momentum, and you can say the positioning on the punch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the torque is basically the majority of like the power that you're going to be hitting with. So if you torque correctly, you can best believe that your punch is going to be most likely a KO.
It's probably they're probably going to go, and they're probably going to be snoring.
It's night time. Sleep.
I got you.
NyQuil.
Not only have I seen someone get knocked out, I was actually the guy to get knocked out myself.
What?
It happened one time. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
You gotta respect somebody.
Clearly, I'm still here. You know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Pretty much what happened was I fought a ninth grader. I was around sixth grade. You know, pretty much back then I was just a dickhead. I was mad. You know, yeah, fuck y'all. You know, young niggas out here. Dickhead shit. So we were arguing back and forth throughout the days. Eventually, the weekend hit. Everybody set us up to fight. And I'll never forget it, too, because I had to go get my brothers after school. And we fought near the bus stop. And pretty much, how would I put myself fighting back then? Retarded. That's a poor word.
That's
idiotic. You feel me? Like,
yo,
that
New York
was when the things that people used to say, like, you think that shit is like a game. That was the shit that knocked it out of me. You feel me? Like, I remember I went in, I tried to fucking jump and then punch and then come in for the fucking jab. And I'm like, nigga, I could have just jabbed him. But anyways, go for a hook. He cleanly checks my hand. Mind you, I'm not experienced. I didn't have my other hand up to guard. So he just checked my left hand, came in with his right, socked me right in the jaw. And I laid there on the floor. Now, while you're laying there, oddly enough, you're aware that you're knocked out. You just can't get up. You know, so I was just like this. I was like, damn, I really dead ass got knocked out. You know,
that's a fear. That's a fear.
I'm hearing everybody laugh at me and shit. They're like, yo, you really got knocked out? Oh shit. And I'm like,
the brain itself, because your brain, because what happens is when you get knocked out, it's the brain gets knocked. It doesn't get. I wouldn't say rattled.
It gets rattled. No, it does get rattled.
It gets rattled.
That's a
it
concussion.
Up against the skull. Oh, right. Yes.
That's a concussion. If you get knocked out, you most likely have a concussion because your brain is getting rattled in your head. That's the process of getting knocked out.
Up against the skull. Yeah.
That's like one of those things. Like I always been like kind of fearful of like fighting somebody, and then you like say for example, let's say you throw a Superman punch. Let's say they just like a Superman punch. You jump forward and you just punch him, like you lean forward and jump, something like that, and then they like check it, and then it's like the hook comes or any of that realm or anything like imagine getting knocked out by a head kick. A head kick probably just
right a head kick is crazy.
Right on the temple. Oh my god! And it's like a flush, and it's like a flush of it's like a flush kick, and you can hear it. You can hear the doof of it.
You can hear the crack. OD.
You can hear it where it's like even getting punched in the ears. Getting punched in the ear in the ear like I said earlier. Getting punched in the ear, you get real punch drunk. You get really like it's like a
You do know that punch drunk is if I'm correct, it's an illness. It's not like a temporary thing. It's like something that you get from the fact that you boxed for so long.
No. But what I mean by punch drunk is like, all right, so you'll be like wobbly.
I do get what you're saying.
You'll be wobbly a lot. Like you can't stand up anymore. Like you'll have
concussed. You're concussed. Like your brain is so rattled that you can't you physically cannot control your body. Your body is like on pure haywire mode.
your legs are probably like it's like like you're running around like a chicken, like you can't like move, can't really move the same like you just were. Like that's what happened. Like that's what happened to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder in that second fight against Tyson Fury, where he got punched in his ear. He never recovered.
Never.
He never recovered after that. He couldn't do anything. Where he was standing up and being able to fight, but he couldn't. Like he could not fight. Like he's standing up, but he can't. Like he's throwing certain punches, and it's like it's slower. It doesn't have a lot of power to him. He's just like gone, whatever. He's like not well at that point. At that point, he's like sitting here like, damn, I can't really do much. Like, so if any of you guys want to fight or anything, or be like a UFC fighter or anything in that realm, be prepared to get hit.
Yeah, be prepared to get hit. Be prepared to lose. Honestly, because that's where a lot of egos go to die. Like real shit. Like obviously, I know we're all talking from the outside looking in, but it's just in general. Like you can't do something competitive and only expect yourself to win.
Yeah.
Like.
Yep.
Like honestly, in my opinion,
that's what anything. That's what anything.
Against your competition, because it's like you're downplaying your competition. I'm not saying you shouldn't go on there expecting to lose, but at least give them the benefit of the doubt that they're here for the same reasons that you are.
Yeah.
You know, we're more or less the same skill. We got here through the same training. You know, even though, like, let's say I practice more stand-up, you practice more wrestling. At the end of the day, we're still here, and only one of us is going to walk out, and the other one is knocked out.
Yeah.
You know, so, like, you know, give them the respect and go at it like 100%.
Yeah.
You know, or just don't expect to win, really.
Don't
right.
and don't be down on yourself about losing.
Yeah. Fair, but you're not a failure if you get defeated.
And there's always going to be somebody that's bigger and stronger than you in any place or anywhere. And all these guys are fighting around the world. So some of these guys are from Saudi Arabia. They out here from Russia.
Saudi Arabia.
Right, fighting bears for real.
Yeah.
Nice.
They out here in Russia. They out here in Germany. They're going crazy. You got guys from Scotland.
We got Jin Kazama out here. You gotta be careful. You don't want to get soccer punched by something. You don't want to get.
You got people from Australia. You got a lot of guys. You got a lot of guys who are dangerous, like really, really dangerous.
Yeah.
That are like that have been fighting for years. That have been fighting since they was kids. You know, they grew up on fighting. They probably was fighting when they was 5 years old or something like that.
Yo, they came out into the world fighting.
Yeah.
They were fighting for survival. That's how the fight starts.
Yeah.
You fight as a multi-cell organism. That's the fight.
I'm crying.
They in Brazil wilding, fighting every day, you know, and they're just better than you sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna meet a guy that's gonna be better than you. You know, you just gotta take that on your chin, bro. You know, in anything, you do, you play video games, you play sports, you fight, you do whatever. Listen, it's always gonna be somebody better than you all the time. You're never gonna have a situation where you're always the best.
Facts.
Not every time.
That's a good note. On that note, you know, it was another lovely session, gang. You know, always appreciating having you here, you know, talking about whatever. It's good to see how we're getting more comfortable into the groove, you know, it's showing for itself. You know, appreciating all the interactions from our comments. You know, thank you, Trey, for reading them.
Yeah.
OD. Thank you.
Of course. And, you know, on that note, we're getting ready to sign off. Y'all got any closing thoughts? You know, floor is yours, of course.
You know, all I gotta say is, you know, like, subscribe, share, follow on Twitch, on YouTube. You know, you can definitely subscribe to me on YouTube. Unique story. Instead of an O, it's a 0. And you know, be prepared for some more stuff coming soon. Definitely got some stuff in the works.
Why is there a 0 instead of a O?
Because
you get 0 bitches.
Yo, that's very funny. I learned from you. That's what it is. Bum ass.
At that point, I would just hit him with the super high file. Done. I'm gone.
Nah, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. That's funny.
That
I appreciate you for that one. That was a good. That was a good done.
And then you was about to. That was like the Rock. That was like the Rock and Stone. Like
That was a rock. That was a rocking freaking.
That was a rock and stone cold.
Yeah. He was like, sir, what's your name? It doesn't matter what your name is. like that's like a stupid thing where he would be like, ask a question and then answer the question with "it doesn't matter." How would you answer that question?
Yo. Oh damn. All right, yo. I don't like you sometimes. This is why we not friends. This is why we not friends. I don't like you, bro. We be dumb serious and you throw something out there. But anyway,
That was a perfect time. That's why.
Nah, ain't no perfect time. You didn't even give a timing.
It was perfect. It was just like, why is there a zero in this? and like it worked.
You do know I have a way.
I understand that, but it was just a joke. That's why it was the joke. It was the joke. It was the joke.
I don't like you, bro.
It
I don't
was
like
the
you.
joke within. I understand you are married, but it was more of in the zero, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna align this. It's like perfect.
How about you make a store out and get some bitches?
All right. On that note, I hope you guys have a good night. I gotta go to work.
All right, yo, you're gonna come with the fresh comeback. So
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.